My name is Dave Salata, and I work for the American Society for Quality as a social responsibility manager. And I'm joined here today by Juliana Arango from Portafolio Verde. Portafolio Verde is a sustainability group operating out of Colombia. And we're going to be talking here today about how this small firm uses quality and the principles of quality management to create more sustainable results for the communities in which it serves, as well as the environment. So, Juliana, welcome.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are things down in Colombia?
It's great here, and the weather is great too.
Don't rub that in too much. I woke up to frost all over everything when I left the house this morning here in Wisconsin.
It's bad. Colombia here, it's warm weather and welcoming country, so you're more welcome to come.
Excellent. And yeah, I plan on it at some point. We have one of our influential voices, Guy Bigwood, was just down there for a sustainability conference a couple weeks ago and had talked about how welcoming the people are in Colombia and actively encouraged people to do the same. So if you're listening, head on down to Colombia.
It's eternal spring here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, again, we're heading into winter, so please don't rub it in too much.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so do you mind sharing us with or kind of telling us a little bit about your organization, its background, mission, and the type of work in which you engage?
Yes, of course. Portafolio Verde is a private organization, and we started in 2005 in a city called Medellin, which is located in the north part of Colombia. And our company develops our ideas and strategies with the support of public, private, and academic programs. And our mission, we seek to research, develop, and implement solutions and strategies for sustainable development, and we aim to contribute to the achievement of economic, social, and environmental sustainability. And we work with all sectors, with all sizes of companies. We do work with small and medium enterprises, as well as big enterprises and multinational companies. So as you can see, we have a very broad range of work. And yeah, well, basically what we do is innovation for sustainable development from the consultant point of view. We are a company that we provide services. So we advise and we look for solutions with our clients.
Okay, excellent. Very, good and unique work. So certainly sustainability and social responsibility, or SR, are kind of weaving into the ethos of your organization. But it'd be interesting to better understand how the company came to be committed to these ideas of sustainability and social responsibility, especially as a private enterprise. You're in the business of business and of making profit. So where did this commitment of balancing profit with achieving social and environmental good come from?
Yeah, well, that's a very important question, because actually our commitment to sustainability, it's our DNA. So we have never had to struggle with being sustainable or aiming for sustainability. So from the very beginning and the very origins of our company, we have been we've been aiming for it. And what you say is very important, because people usually relate social responsibility to the state and to public initiatives. And as you say, we're making profit from it and we're living from it. And we are creating jobs out of this. So the thing is, basically, from the very origins of the company, it started, and one of the big challenges that we have is that the commitment to sustainability lives throughout the entire organization. So everybody who is on board has to be on board with the philosophy of our work. So actually, we recognize that we have a global responsibility, and we recognize the importance of preserving unique resources and ecosystems that we have here in Colombia, because I mean we have to recognize and we have to acknowledge that we are a mega diverse country, that we are one of the big water supplies and reserves for the planet, and we have rainforests, and we have very unique and strategic ecosystems. So basically, uh, it it born. I mean, it was born from our origins, and but we have to make sure that it lives throughout the entire organization, throughout the entire time that we're working.
Okay, so and what I hear there is this idea of employee engagement and stakeholder engagement, and that certainly speaks to some of the fundamental principles of quality, and quality management, is making sure that your employees are kind of engaged in the process, and that you're working towards a very clear mission and a very intentional purpose as an organization. So how do you specifically use quality? What tools do you use? Are there any specific systems in place that help you organize yourself in advancing towards that mission?
Oh yeah, of course. We do have a quality management system that is certified by the. I mean, we're following the ISO 9001 guidelines, and we're certified, and actually recertified already. Uh, so basically, this is our main tool for the quality management system. Another one that we have that completes or complements the QMS is the strategic maps model. So basically what we do is our management system, our management planning system with the strategic model, we make them, I mean QMS and strategic maps, we make them converse. So what we do have is we have defined indicators that are for both systems at the same time. So one of the biggest successes that we have here is that our indicators, like we don't have quality management system apart from the planning model of the company. So it's integrated. So as long as the indicators are the same, and as long as both tools are conversing, we are following one line, and we have one goal, and we're going through one path. So that is actually, I mean, I would recommend to small companies like us, because we're small, we don't have an entire quality management department, and that's one of the things that we have been like dealing with, is that normally and usually enterprises relate quality to big budget and one person that is running behind everybody asking for information and telling them how to do things. But here, since we have decided to make it a part of our company, a part of our planning model, it is part of our DNA, and we can actually reduce costs and reduce efforts. And actually, we have had a very good experience integrating the planning with the quality, because it has allowed us to be organized, like I said before, through only one path, which is the quality path. So that has allowed us to be very organized, to have very clear quality standards. And actually, one of the other standards, like we have a very important standard, and is that we became a B corporation last year. And we think that a big help for becoming a B corporation, B certified corporation, was that we had everything organized and everything in only one, uh, like only one strategy. So I think that with the integrating tools such as QMS and such as strategic maps model, uh, you can actually access to new standards, and you can actually make the quality way the only way.
Excellent. I mean, that sounds like a very mature and sophisticated strategy. So, I mean, considering you're a small organization, it's definitely impressive and refreshing to hear that. One question I had was, so quality management systems and in ISO 9001, it does focus on management, and it's a tool to help, in your words, be very well organized and have all the energy of an organization working in the same direction. But in terms of the indicators, how do you know what to track through your quality management system? Where do you get those ideas, especially as they relate to the SR and sustainability?
Well, it's actually it's been one of the biggest goals that we've had because I mean trying to find the best indicators for your organization uh, requires from you to get to know yourself really well, which is one of the biggest challenges that organizations have. So what we have done is we have done a lot of benchmarking, and I would like strongly advise for small companies that are starting or aiming for a quality management system to do a lot of benchmarking, because there is no magical formula for this. We have actually had indicators in the past years that we don't have today, and actually we have 8 years in the market, and we're still developing indicators. Like for some areas, we're still in development. So I mean, it's one of the biggest challenges here, and one of the goals is to try and have everything set. But it's actually something that has to be constructed slowly. Like, don't despair. Do a lot of benchmarking. Get to know yourself. And if you realize that you have an indicator that it's not adding value to your organization, and it's not adding, uh, like for example, if you have an indicator that doesn't serve well for making decisions, it's not serving well to the organization, right? So it has to add value, and it has to allow the board of directors and the high level management make decisions. So if it doesn't help them to make decisions, it's not helping the system actually. So I mean, yeah, it's a it's a challenging point there, but basically it's a lot of benchmarking, and I mean it's an try and try and look for indicators that you think are going to serve, but if they're not serving, just dismiss them and go on.
That's good advice overall. Considering that you're only 8 years into it, there's been a track record there, and kind of, speaking of that. So I mean, there's a lot of really good principles discussed, strategies, but at the end of the day, what kind of specific examples or projects can you cite that serve as evidence that this approach works?
Okay, so for example, since we are a consultant company, our big product here, I mean, for example, a company that makes chocolate, their bigger, like their product is going to be a chocolate bar, right? So our big product here are final reports of our consultant services, right? So we work for 6 months or for a year with the company, and we help them to, for example, construct their sustainability model, or we calculate their footprint, their carbon footprint, and afterwards, right, after it's all said and done, what we have is a final report. So it's kind of a big deal for us. And it's very important for us to have very good, if not almost perfect, uh, quality reports for them. And we do have standards. And what we have developed, and the example I want to give you is the quality check that we use for our reports. So throughout the whole project, we have communication with the client, and we give like a partial reports. But for the final report, what we do is the the executive who is attending the client, right? He makes the report. His or her boss, her direct boss, checks the report, and then afterwards it has a quality check. Yeah, and it's we use a sticker for the reports, which is actually what gives the client the tranquility that the report has been revised and that the information is through and that it's been exhaustive and that it's material and it's relevant. And that's, I mean, the example I want to give you is that because it has added so much value to our work and to our company, and for our clients it's so important that they can actually feel confident that the report they have in their hands has been checked, has been quality checked. uh, so that's basically what in other companies is the quality check for the product, right?
Yeah, yeah, very, very true. I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to that evidence and the validity of the data and the information that you're passing out there. That, yeah, certainly one of the problems in sustainability is this concern of what we call in the United States, at least, greenwashing.
Yeah.
Organizations using sustainability as a marketing tool instead of a business strategy, and certainly that issue of authenticity and validity, comes up time and time again because the consumer can see through much of that. So, interesting stuff. Just kind of one last question regarding, future direction and plans for growth. And what opportunities do you see emerging?
Okay, so our vision is to be a reference in Latin America for innovative services for sustainable development. Right now, we're certainly a Colombian referent. Like here in the country, we're a referent now, but we're aiming to be a Latin America referent. And in the future, we want to take the world, basically. We want to go big, and we certainly feel, no, we don't feel, we know that having a quality management system will help us because it is actually the only way, it is the only way to standardize, to scale, and to replicate our strategies, and that is the only way to go big. So we want to take the world, and with the help of with the help of the QMS and the strategic maps model, we hope we can.
Yeah, well, you do phenomenal work. So, I agree. I hope you can as well. It'd be great to take this approach to scale. So, appreciate the time, Juliana. Do you have anything else you would want to share?
I mean, just one final thought is if you're listening, don't be scared to have a QMS system. Is not that hard, it's not that expensive, it just takes a lot of commitment, and it takes that you want. If you want, you can. So I would just say, just for a final thought, don't be scared because it will help you. It will only help you.
Excellent, well put. And here at ASQ, we agree wholeheartedly with that. So with that being said, if you're interested in more information on Portafolio Verde, please visit their website, Portafolio Verde, all one word, .com. If you're looking for more information on ASQ's, the SRO, the Socially Responsible Organization Initiative, our website is the SRO, all one word, .org. And for more information on the American Society for Quality, to get information on quality management systems, ISO 9001, please go to our website, asq.org. Juliana, one more time, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Great lessons learned.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
All right, take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.